Welcome to We Build Stuff. Today, I can show you how I use the body template to route out a guitar body. I've already gone and prepared my template. That's going to go on here. I've done my best to line up the tape with the tape so that I don't accidentally glue the template directly to it. This acts as a temporary way. I'm going to add my CA glue here, and then my activator or Insta-Set onto these ones. Very carefully, I'm going to try to line this up, and if I screw up, I take it off, new tape, and do it again. Then take it to the trim router. I need to get more glue.
I see what happened. You got a chip out of it.
Yep.
I mean, you can just glue it back in. Want to add a little bevel to the body?
I might, yeah. Oh, that's like a super important part too. It's like just at the tip. Grrr. Oh, it hurts my frustration.
Now you can rewind.
Almost fully successful. We got a chunk there, and then there. It's not even like a good spot that I can hide. That's kind of an important area. I guess I'm gonna be doing a bevel on the back right there. Or maybe a fun color. Do I have the piece still? Is it that one? Maybe. How about that chunk? Is it that one? Oh well, I'll figure it out. So my saw isn't quite thick enough to get all the way through, but that's okay. We can flip it, we can figure it out. Almost all the way. Oh, not too bad, just a touch there. Okay, now I've got something straight that I could joint quickly, and that gives me a little bit better stuff that I can do on the table saw. Cool. Okay, that was a little terrifying, but we resawed that, and if this works out, brown will go on the bottom, this maple will go on the top, and we should be able to get kind of a cool book match going on. So I'm going to run this through the planer, and then let's see how it looks. Oh boy, look at that. This is gonna look sweet. So I still have my template attached to my mahogany. I've routed out a bunch of parts, not everything. I'm not going to do the pickups yet because I might change those locations. Empty cavity, maybe a switch. I haven't decided yet. Either way, that's going to get laminated with the maple. So in order for my maple piece to get glued to my mahogany and make it perfectly in line, because I want my my book matched maple side to actually be, you know, middle with this, I'm going to use a very small drill bit that matches the size of a toothpick. The toothpick will eventually be in the wood in at least 2 or 3 places. One here, one there, and then one way at the back. And I'll do the exact same holes using this template into the maple. That way, when I glue them together, squish, they should be lined up pretty darn close. Let's see how this works. Now I still haven't decided if I'm keeping this whole area. I might end up chopping it there. So because of that, my locator is going to go here. On both pieces, my router is going to end up routing that neck pocket. But this will help keep it together, lined up. this figure is going to look really cool. Now my center line, this is based on where the wood has been book matched together, and I'll be able to lay out all my other parts. So I think it's time to take this template off and figure out what am I doing with my next piece. Oh, that's going to be cool. So I have shaved off a lot of weight just by routing out some of those. That's nice. That's going to fit nicely there. Get this thing cleaned up, and then I got to get this laid out. Now I'm not going to route out from the top. I'm going to be flipping this over here, laying it backwards on it, because I'm going to try to route out some of the maple before it gets glued onto here. So I'm getting all these hollowed out. I think I'm good to take this template off. I'm not gonna hollow out that yet. I'll be able to do that when it's all together and I punch a hole in the back. But no matter what, if I decide not to use these for anything, well, if they're hidden, it just makes the guitar loud. Let's take this off, I think. There we go. Beauty. A little bit of glue spill up, that's not bad. I can just take care of that with some sandpaper. Now, the toothpick. I hope this is the right size. This is meant to help me locate. Now, I took a little bit smaller than a toothpick. We knew that toothpick brands were different size. Okay, let's try that size. Good. But if my plan works out, that should be able to fall into place there. So when I clamp, it doesn't move anywhere. Oh, look at that. Perfect. That worked out exactly as I was hoping it would. I still got some trimming to do. That's going to give me my thickness of just about 1.75 inches. So now that I've got those chambered, before I glue it together, one of the final reasons why I love doing this two-part is so that I can do wire routing. I'm going to do a big one there, here, so I can hide all my wires and not have to fish them through or drill weird angles. So I'm going to do one there, and I think one about here. Wire, things, electronics. I need all of that to somehow fit in here eventually. And that's where this template comes in. Ooh. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to have a pickup here and a pickup here, so I want to connect that. Get it down to the actual cavity. Potentially have a switch installed. Easy to run wires down through there. I'm probably not going to use this with a trim bit. I can at least kind of lay this out so that I know where wires are when I'm doing stuff on the outside. I don't accidentally put a hole where I'm not supposed to. This should fit my bridge as well. This little post, well, that's going to be holding up my Tune-O-Matic bridge. It's going to fit right about like that. Now, looking at it like this, you might not think that that's going to be enough of a space for this wood to be strong. Well, this part, that post, it's going to be in the maple. The thickness of the maple is going to have more than enough inserted to here. It should be bottoming out roughly there. I'm going to be able to drill a small hole between the post hole and this channel so that I can run a ground wire from my bridge all the way down to here. Or at least that's the plan in my head. So I think I have all my cavities and stuff figured out here. And again, the purpose. Electronics cavity, hollow for weight, hollow, potential switch. I can choose to not do it or whatever, but I'll know that there is a channel for me to run wires, pick up, and it should all be connected. You can see where I've penciled those on. You can see where the templates are going to overlay. And I'm just trying to get things all planned ahead for later. We'll see if maybe that's a little bit sharp, but I think I should be okay. Maybe I'll hollow a little bit more out right there. Now to get prepped for glue up, it's going to be getting attached there. I'm going to get rid of some of this material so I got more room to get my clamps on. So I'm going to use as many clamps as I can to get these two parts glued together. I'm also going to try to save some of these chunks in case I can use it for, headstock decoration inlays. Not sure yet. Let's cut some stuff out. I mean, I probably could have fit a few more clamps in here. Did my best. Now between each clamp, so it's not directly on the wood, I've tried to use some scrap wood and stuff here that was clean and flat. That way I'm not going to put any dents in my maple or the mahogany. Since my mahogany was already cut using that nice router and template, I'm going to be able to use this, again with the trim bit, to trim my maple. That's why I faced it down, so any glue drip is not going to touch the mahogany. I was very careful because all the cavities, with the way that you saw me laying out all the glue with my thumb, and also because I didn't have a brush, we should be okay. This piece in the middle and a one that is going directly below here, they're actually not flat. They have a slight bow to them, and then there's some packing tape running along it. So when it clamps on the end, there and there, lots of pressure in the middle, and that slight bow gets compressed together, and that should grab it. So I believe they call that a caul. A lot of glue. I could scrape it off now, but yeah, maybe I'll do a little bit. It's hard to get my fingers in there or any tools to get rid of it. It's going to get cut off with the saw anyways. I'm going to let this dry overnight. Alright, so for this next part, I got a bigger bit, still a 1/2 inch. I'm trying to be consistent, and I do all my designs based on can a router bit 1/2 inch fit, can a 1/2 inch router bit fit. Yeah, those are the words. This one's got the bearing on the other side, so I flipped over. I'll be running along here. Now there's a couple spots where I'm not going to do, and I'll do this by hand. I'm going to try to glue something onto there. When this is all done, I'll probably just round over the back in that area. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to go extra slow so we don't have any nasty tear out. That's probably due to the grain direction. So let's hope and pray that this works. So there's the first tester. I'm just going nice and slow. You can see that as I'm going, sometimes it'll peel and go out. I'd like to not have to replace and repair. And anyways, I'm just going to go nice and slow here, but nice and flush.